All right. This one's going to make you angry. It's going to make you angry. You know, have you ever wondered why Uber and Lyft keep paying us less? Why the surge keeps getting whittled down? Why the bonuses keep getting whittled down? Why they won't tell you how much they're actually paying you and why they're paying you less? All these things are happening. And I know there's a lot of anger about it. I see it in the comments under videos. I see it in the Show Me the Money Club comments. And I'm angry about it too. Everyone should be angry about it. And what I'm going to do in this video is kind of break down what's going on here and why Uber and Lyft's inability to make a profit has impacted us so dramatically. And I'm going to share with you some things you can do about it to improve how you feel about this situation. And I'm going to share with you at the end my number one strategy for that. So stick around. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, it's Jake Rader with the RideShare Guy. So by way of background, what do you consider fair? So when the first drivers for Uber pre-Lyft, they got 90% of the fare. And then when I started, it was 80% of the fare. And now some places say it's 75% of the fare, but the fact is we don't even know. So it's just keeps coming down and down and down and down. So in this video, I'm going to get into this. Number one, a brief history lesson. So drivers were paid 90% of their fare. Can you imagine that? If you had a $20 ride, you got $18 of it. Oh, how glorious that must have been. And then when I started in 2015, it was 80%. So whatever the passenger paid, I got 80%. And I thought that was pretty freaking awesome. And now, who knows, right? But initially it was like this glorified taxi business, right? Which should have run more efficiently than taxis because the app, instead of having, so taxis, the way taxis work is, you know, someone would just have to take calls and call and send requests to the taxis to go make these pickups. And with Uber, it was all done through an app. So that should have saved money, right? And that was the beauty of it, was it would be more efficient and it would be less expensive and therefore it'd become more popular. And it definitely became very, very popular. But somewhere along the way, the idea of becoming profitable went to the wayside. A lot of money was spent competing against Lyft and other companies, and they just have not been able to turn a profit. Which brings number two, Uber and Lyft are still not profitable, not making enough money to cover their expenses. So I looked online and look at what I found. This is from the Business Model Analyst. Despite its popularity, Uber has not been able to turn a profit on a net basis. In 2022, just last year, Uber reported a profit on an adjusted EBITDA basis, meaning it had generated positive earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. However, the company still lost a large amount of money. While Uber has seen tremendous growth over the past decade, the company has yet to make a profit. However, this does not mean that Uber is not generating revenue. In fact, the company reported over $11 billion, in revenue in 2020 and went on to reach over $17 billion in 2021. That's when the pandemic hit. While Uber has yet to break even, its enormous revenue indicates that the company is well on its way to profitability. So they're not making money. So what does that mean for us? Well, we are an expense, right? We are the drivers. We are an expense. So you got all this revenue, but the expense is more than the revenue. So they're working hard to keep their expenses low, and we are the expense. So the less they pay us, the more likely they can become profitable. That's it in a nutshell. So number three, one impact of their lack of profitability is this black box upfront payment that we're all enduring now, where we don't even know how they're calculating how much we're getting paid. We're just showed a price. We're showed how long it's going to take us to get there in terms of miles and minutes, and then how long they say the ride's going to be in miles and minutes. And we have to do some quick calculations there to determine if it's a good ride for us or not. This is all because this way they can pay us less and thereby go towards becoming profitable. It's all about money. It's all about money. And we just happen to be on the wrong end of this equation. Not only do we get paid less, gas prices are going up, we have the expenses that we're incurring. If this wasn't such an enjoyable job, we'd all say screw it. But many of us like it, so that's why we keep doing it. Number 4, another impact of their goal to become profitable is self-driving cars. So I've heard about self-driving cars since I started 7 years ago, and it's kind of been like a threat. Like, I really want to enjoy driving for Uber and Lyft, but it's not going to be long term because they're eventually going to have self-driving cars. And certainly it seemed like self-driving cars were going to be in the next 3 or 4 years, way back then. And still, we're not anywhere close to having self-driving cars actually drive people around the way it was initially envisioned. So there are a few factors that have gotten in the way. They are regulatory hurdles, safety concerns, the cost, this huge investment into a whole fleet of cars, and poor public relations. Can you imagine them saying to all the drivers, okay, you guys are all out of business now. Gonna have to go find something else to do. So for all those reasons, it doesn't look like in the foreseeable future, we're gonna have driverless cars take over our jobs. But it's coming, and it's all in pursuit of profit. So 5, let's talk about what you can do. Well, the most important thing that you can do is become selective about your rides. All right. It's just not like the old days where you can just take any ride and you're going to make some money. So you got to learn how to be selective. So when you see this picture, there's one apple which is better than the rest, and that's the ride. That's the apple that you want to select. All right. And you also got to plan your day around high surge times, around bonuses. You got to take all these things into account. Grab as many reservation rides as you can. These are all things that the sophisticated driver, which you have to be in 2023, does to make as much money as possible. So what are the key takeaways here? Well, I hope I have impressed upon you the fact that there's not going to be a day when you get paid more by Uber and Lyft. We're in a capitalist country, and profit is the holy grail. Oh, profit. and they're gonna eventually get it. And part of that is all the things that we've seen, which have just whittled down how much we get paid. So my number 1 strategy is accept it and just surrender to it. There's nothing you can do about it. Uber and Lyft, they have given us a great opportunity, and for that we can be grateful. And for the way they've treated us in terms of pay, you just got to put it out of your head. If you love driving like I do, just enjoy it. Enjoy the passengers. Enjoy playing the game of getting as much money as you can per hour, and roll with it, because that's really all we can do. The idea of writing comments and venting and anger and all of that, just kind of a waste of time. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Enjoy what we have. And if you don't enjoy it, stop doing it. It's that simple. But for many of us, most of us, we really enjoy this job. It brings us a lot of satisfaction. We learn a lot. We become the most interesting people in the room because we have all these stories to tell. And there are a lot of ancillary benefits other than the dollars that we get paid. So figure out how to make as much money as you can and love what you're doing. That's my ultimate strategy. I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned why exactly the rates are coming down, why things keep changing, why we pay through a black box now, and what you can do about it so that you can go have a great time as a rideshare driver, driving for Uber or Lyft or any of the other companies out there. You go out and have a great day. If you like the video, please give it a like. That helps more people to see it. That would benefit me tremendously. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Go out and have a great day. Go tell somebody you love them. It'll make their day, if not their whole week, maybe their whole year, right? We don't say that enough. And certainly there's someone out there you feel that way about. So let them know. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Bye for now.